At the beginning of the 13th century, Eurasia was connected by trade, but divided by power. In East Asia, the southern Song, Jin, and western Xia ruled different parts of the Chinese world. Across Central Asia, the Khwarazmian Empire controlled many of the Great Silk Road cities, while Abbasid Baghdad remained one of the most important centers of the Islamic world. The Silk Road linked these regions together, but the lands it crossed were still separated by competing states and empires. In 1206, a leader of the Mongolian steppe, known as Genghis Khan, united many of the Mongol tribes under a single authority. Over the following decades, Mongol expansion spread across northern China, Central Asia, Persia, and the western steppe, creating one of the largest contiguous land empires in human history. One of the most important turning points came during the conflict with the Khwarazmian Empire. As Mongol armies entered Transoxiana and Khorasan, major Silk Road centers such as Bukhara, Samarkand, and Merv were drawn into a rapidly changing world. Cities were devastated, populations were displaced, and long-established political systems collapsed. Yet the conquest of Central Asia also transformed the geography of Eurasia itself. The heart of the Silk Road was being reorganized under a new imperial order. Following the death of Genghis Khan, the empire continued to expand under his sons and grandsons. Over time, it evolved into four major Mongol states. In East Asia, Kublai Khan, a grandson of Genghis Khan, established the Yuan dynasty and completed the conquest of the southern Song. Across Central Asia, the Chagatai Khanate, named after Genghis Khan's son Chagatai, controlled much of the region between Transoxiana and the Tian Shan. In Persia and Mesopotamia, Hulagu Khan, another grandson of Genghis Khan, founded the Ilkhanate. Across the western steppe in the lands of the Rus, the Golden Horde emerged from the line of Jochi, Genghis Khan's eldest son. Though politically separate, these Khanates remained connected through trade, diplomacy, movement, and shared imperial traditions. Together they formed what historians call the Mongol world. Across this vast network, new centers of power emerged. Karakorum, developed under Ogedei Khan, the son and successor of Genghis Khan, became an important political and administrative center of the empire. Farther east, Kublai Khan, a grandson of Genghis Khan, developed Khanbalik, near present-day Beijing, into the capital of the Yuan dynasty. From these cities, officials, merchants, diplomats, and travelers helped connect different parts of Eurasia through systems of administration, communication, and exchange. At the center of this world stood Central Asia. For centuries, it had served as the crossroads of Eurasia. Under Mongol rule, it became the hinge connecting East Asia, Persia, the Middle East, the Eurasian steppe, and parts of Europe. Caravans crossed deserts and mountains carrying silk, horses, textiles, metals, spices, and countless other goods. At the same time, technologies, artistic traditions, scientific knowledge, and religious ideas moved across distances rarely seen before. The Mongols also strengthened communication through the Yam, a vast relay network of stations used by messengers, officials, and authorized travelers. Stretching across thousands of miles, it allowed information and administration to move more efficiently throughout the empire and helped transform the Silk Road into a broader Eurasian system. Different cultures and beliefs interacted throughout the Mongol world. Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, and traditional steppe beliefs all existed within different parts of the empire. Over time, the Khanates adapted to the societies they ruled, creating new political and cultural landscapes across Eurasia. In 1258, the forces of Hulagu Khan captured Baghdad, ending centuries of Abbasid political authority and marking a major turning point in the history of the Middle East. The effects of the Mongol era extended far beyond conquest. Trade expanded, long-distance travel increased, and awareness between distant regions grew in ways that earlier generations could scarcely imagine. Yet the same routes that carried goods, people, and knowledge also carried disease. During the 14th century, the Black Death spread across interconnected trade networks, becoming one of the deadliest pandemics in human history. The Mongol world revealed both the opportunities and vulnerabilities of an increasingly connected world. By the mid-14th century, Mongol unity had weakened. The Khanates followed separate paths, and new regional powers began to emerge. Yet the roots, institutions, and relationships strengthened during this period survived long after the empire itself fragmented. The Mongol world was more than a vast empire. It was a turning point in the history of Eurasia. For a brief period, lands stretching from the Pacific to Eastern Europe were linked through a system that transformed trade, communication, culture, and exchange on an unprecedented scale. As Mongol unity faded, a new era began to take shape. Across Eurasia, rising powers would inherit, reshape, and compete for the networks that the Mongol world had helped bring together. The age of fragmentation and the great gunpowder empires was about to begin.